your turn.
Hey.
Okay. Oh no! You gonna try again? Okay, go for it. Yeah, it did fall down. Listen, I warned you in the last video you were always going to be crooked. It's been an interesting few days. I meant to film this update on Thursday. However, it is currently Saturday and we're going to try to squeeze this in. It's in the middle of the day. My husband is working. 2 kids are outside. My 1-year-old is running around yelling in the kitchen. So he might barge in here at any second. Nobody knows. Anyways, it's Saturday, March 4th, about 5 in the evening. And I have a few things I want to talk about quickly that I've been waiting to show you. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Did you come here to kill me?
Hello.
Okay, you gonna sit here?
Hello.
They can't see you. You're too low.
Oh.
You're too low. Nobody can see you.
No.
Say hi.
Hi.
I am wearing my Jane top, my Jane blouse, my Jane dress. I think it's a dress from Fiber Moon.
Hey, Wadu.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I wipe your nose?
No.
Okay, fine. Poofy sleeves. This is a dress that I cropped into a top, and it has like poofy sleeves, and it has a very nice scoop neck. I love this top so much. It is definitely my most worn me-made item, and I've been thinking a lot about that lately, and I'm going to definitely make more of these. I want to make a brown one, and I think I want to make like a green one and maybe a linen one out of Merchant & Mills that is patterned. I have lots of plans for these. I've been thinking a lot about what I wear the most and what I feel the most myself in. It's definitely a process when you make your own clothes to find things that you like to wear and sizes and everything, but this is a piece that I'm going to absolutely make tons of because I love it. Let me quickly jump into showing you a few things. So I mentioned that I finished my Moby sweater in the last video, and here it is, blocked and dried. It's a little dark. The lighting is slightly weird because the sun is setting, but here it is. I will definitely have some pictures or footage of me trying it on so that you can see it a bit better. But this is the Moby sweater by Petite Knit. I knit it out of wool of the Andes worsted in the color Persimmon Heather, I think. It is a orangey color. I bought 10 balls of it and I used every single yard. There is none left. My dog's butt is right there as she's leaving the room. She was sitting next to me and she left. I modded this pattern because all of the body is supposed to be in moss stitch, but instead I did stockinette where there was no cabling pattern. This is a very, very easy sweater to knit. I have knit the baby version as well. And, hi, you're back with a wooden sword. This is gonna hurt. You have 2 swords.
2 swords.
I'm not fighting right now, but if you want to wait in a little bit, I'll fight you.
Hey. Hi, Badu. Hi, Badu. Hello.
2 orange cabled sweaters. Hey, I wanted to also show you a few things that my husband made me because for Valentine's Day I got him some nice wood so he could whittle me some spoons. Quite suspicious. So this is one of them. It is very lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. I really love it. And then he made me a teaspoon. So this holds, you know, 1 teaspoon of whatever. I love this so much. I'm hopefully going to get him to make me an entire set so that I have all the measurements out of spoons that he's whittled me. Aren't these lovely? I can't remember the kind of wood this is. I want to say walnut. that could be incorrect. While we're on the subject of people making things for me, my mother crocheted these bloomers for Willie. I realize now that I haven't told you her actual name. I just affectionately call her Willie as her nickname, but her name is Willamine Violet. And she's a month old now, and my mom made her these bloomers. These will not fit probably till she is, I don't know, my babies tend to chunk up really fast, but I'm going to say this is probably like a 3 to 6 month size, maybe 6 to 12. Obviously, since they're crocheted, like they'll fit her for a while because they're stretchy. I can't remember the yarn that she made these out of, but I'm pretty sure that it is a cotton merino blend. Cotton merino and I think one other fiber. Anyways, I am obsessed with this like little skirt detail. I love it so much. I can't wait for her to wear them. I have one more thing to show you. I made this yesterday. I have been really working hard to get through all of my stash, which I don't have a lot of. My entire yarn collection is in this cabinet. It's not much, but I tend to have just like little bits left of worsted weight projects. So like, you know, I have a little bit of this black yarn and a little bit of this purple yarn, and I wanted to get rid of it because I honestly don't have room for it. And I am getting yarn for my birthday. I'm spinning yarn, so I kind of want to work through my entire stash other than have a few bits of sock yarn left over, and then I will shop by project. So hey, I just finished something. I want to start a sweater. I'm going to go buy the yarn for it and then not buy more until I'm ready to start the next project. That's kind of what I want to have my goal towards, and the exception is going to be hand spun yarn and sock yarn. Nobody asked. But anyways, so I was like, I'm going to crochet myself a granny square blanket, just one giant granny square. I don't know how to crochet. I should say I've crocheted one thing, and my mom sat right next to me on my right and crocheted, and I just copied her, and we made these little like mushroom dice bags for my kids for Christmas a few years ago. But I'm a very confident learner, and so I thought if I just watch a video, I'll learn how to crochet. So I started crocheting a granny square. And I was like, this is so beautiful that this cannot just be a blanket. And so I turned it into a vest for my daughter. Can you see that? The light's getting a little funny. So these are all my worsted weight scraps. And I crocheted a granny square that was about the width of her shoulders. And then I crocheted a second one, same size. And then I just joined them together. I didn't follow a pattern. I just looked at a picture of what I wanted and kind of figured it out. And I did a few double crochets to kind of join them on the sides and on the shoulders. Now, yeah, you wish you could get in my yarn snacks. You wish, but that's not happening. I am going to modify this actually because I finished this last night while she was sleeping. And looking at the pictures, all of them added an extra bit of fabric on the sides. But I don't need that there, and so I'm going to just take this out on each side and just seam it together. I think it'll fit her really nice, but it is so cute, and I like that it's different colors on each side because then it can be kind of reversible and just match her depending on what the outfit she's wearing. I'm going to do a pink one for her, I think, out of leftover sock yarn that are pink. So this is my Farmer's Daughter fibers that I got last month, and I'll just hold them double. And I have quite a few little bits of pink yarns, and then I was thinking I could do white in between. I think that would look really cute and she would love it. I quickly want to show you what I am actively working on right now. I don't have a lot on my needles, but I started this in January actually. I started this over a month ago because I wanted the hard parts to be done before the baby was born, because I am doing camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I don't know if you'll be able to really see that. You'll see it in the vlog later on if it's not looking good here. But if you've never knit a camisole before, you knit it in 4 different pieces and then you join it all in the round. And so before she was born, I knit all of the little pieces and joined it in the round by a few rows, so that after she was born, whenever I was ready to pick it up, all of the crazy needly mess was done with, and I could have an easy project to work on while I was feeding her or while she was asleep on my lap, which is exactly what this is. And so I am like 2 or 3 inches into the body. I don't know how long I'm going to make this, and I'm hoping it fits because I have knit this twice before and both times it didn't fit because the first time I knit it, my gauge was way too loose and it was super see-through and I didn't like it and I wasn't gonna wear it. And the second time I decided to hold fingering weight double to get a DK so it was more opaque, but it just ended up being too big. So I'm hoping that I have figured out the right size to make in this, and I'm using Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. What color is this? I think it's cognac brown. I have a second ball right here. Dark cognac. Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, dark cognac. I had bought 5 balls of this last February during Knitting for Olive's Ukraine relief thing that they did, and I put 3 of them into a cumulus blouse. I had 2 left, and so I'm using that for the camisole number 4. And I'm really hoping that that fits, and I'm really hoping that I finish it by my birthday, which is a week and 2 days. Today's Saturday, and it's next Monday. I just have a very easy goal, and that is to knit 10 rounds a day. I usually do more. I usually do closer to 20, but I am knitting it on a size 1 needle because I'm such a loose knitter, and my gauge is smaller than it's supposed to be. I think. I could be wrong. I haven't measured it recently, but I wanted it to be a bit tighter so it wasn't as see-through because this yarn is pretty thin. So we're just doing 10 rounds a day. We're going to see how far we get, and I'm going to try it on once it gets a little bit longer to see how long I want to make it, because I don't want it to go super long because I'll probably want to like tuck it in or do a French tuck in my high-waisted pants and shorts. I also have my hat on my needles, which I will talk more about later, but this is with my orange Corriedale hand spun that I've been talking about in the last few vlogs. I cast it on. I'm doing a stockinette hat, and again, I'll talk more about it, but I'm just a little worried that this is not going to turn out how I want it. I have cast this on so many times. I was just having some issues with the needles I was using and the cords that I have. It was just not a good combination, so I had to go up a few needle sizes so that I could use these specific cords, and I think it's a little loose of a gauge, but it might be fine because it's like a triple folded brim, so it might not matter how loose the gauge is, at least on the brim part, because it's going to be all folded up in each other. But this is what it's looking like. Again, you can't really see, but I promise you it's really lovely. Let's see. Pretty. On the subject of hand spun, I have finished a few bobbins. These are both singles. This is a merino single, and this is my llama bamboo. That's something else. What is this? Llama bamboo. Was it bamboo? Oh my gosh, who even am I? Maybe llama, merino, and bamboo? I don't know, but I spun this up a few days ago. And so these are actually both very similar. I was kind of thinking of applying them together just to get more yardage, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to keep this together. I have one more bobbin. This has been sitting for a while. This is for my daughter's hand spun sweater that I'm doing. This single has been sitting for a while. So I think I'm going to spin maybe 2 more bobbins, and then I'm going to have a plying day. I don't know why. That's just something I really like to do. I like to spin a bunch of singles, let them rest for a while, and then just like have one day where I just ply a bunch of yarn. It's a lot of fun and very exciting. I don't know. I showed you that I got my Nest Fiber subscription in for February. Cabin Fever, BFL, and I filmed a little clip of my son showing me what that looked like. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. I want you to pull my fiber out of the bag and tell me if you think I'll like it or not, okay? Okay, my eyes are closed. Pull it out.
I think you'll like it.
Is it pretty?
Mm-hmm.
What color is it?
I won't tell you.
Don't tell me before my eyes.
Yellow, green, blue, purple, and the purple is blue, purple is white, blue. A brown.
Can I open my eyes now?
Green, a yellow, a brown.
Can I open it?
Yeah. Isn't it?
That is pretty. I do like it. It's called Cabin Fever.
Mommy.
and it's BFL. Oh, that is pretty nice. I like it. Smells like a sheep. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about right now. I'm gonna film some clips showing my finished sweaters on that I haven't gotten to show you yet. I think that's all. I love sweaters. I'm over here. Hi! I'm just talking to Willie. She's so cute. Hi!
It's so cute in here.
Do you like my new yarn cabinet?
Fog. Fog. Dog. Fog.
Good morning. Something very exciting happened. I'm using a tripod. It's not mine. I did not buy it. I borrowed it from my father. And wow, it makes my life so much easier when I'm trying to film these videos. Anyways, good morning. It is Thursday, March 9th. I am going to be 27 in 4 days, the 13th. That is scary. Also, I have a sleeping baby, so I'm going to be moving back and forth just to keep her happy. We have a lot to talk about today. It's been a rough week in terms of making. I feel like I've had a lot of failures. I'm just kind of in a rut. I'm feeling very unhappy with a lot of the things that I've made recently. I feel like none of them are turning out quite right or fitting quite right, or there's some mistake in them, and it's really frustrating me. I don't handle it well. I take a lot of pride in the things I make, and when they don't look nice, I'm not happy about it. I showed you that I was working on my hand spun beanie, and I pretty much finished it the night I showed it to you. I think that was on Saturday? When did I show that to you? It's been a while. I pretty much finished it that day, and it is just a disaster. It's too big. I don't like the fit, and it's pretty much all my fault. I knew going into that. I have a very, very tiny head. My head is the exact same size as my 5-year-old's. I cast it on multiple times. I kept ripping it out. I kept changing my needle size because I knew it was going to be too big. I was following a pattern. Let me see what it was called. The Salter Beanie by Ozetta. I was following that pattern, which is an all stockinette hat with a triple folded brim. And I just knew that it wasn't going to work, but I was really stubborn and I kept knitting it, and it's gigantic on me. Yeah, it's just huge. I went down, I didn't even use the smallest stitch count recommended. I took off an extra 8 stitches from the smallest size, and it was still too big. Part of it is my gauge because I'm just a loose knitter, but also part of it is just that I have a tiny head. And then when you do the triple folded brim, when you have a really tiny head, it just looks kind of ridiculous. But I'm showing this to you because my hand spun looks pretty great. I'm gonna unfold the triple folded brim just because it sits nicer, but I'm just gonna show you like how incredible that fabric turned out. That's the only positive in this situation right here. I was originally just gonna like throw this beanie in a basket and not think about it for a while. But after I blocked it and I looked at my yarn, I was like, wow, this is really incredible. So I'm going to be ripping this out in the next few days and recasting it on in a 2x2 beanie. I'm just so silly because I have never worn beanies my entire life because I have such a tiny head and I don't like the way most beanies fit on me. They look strange. And then when I started knitting, I was able to make my own hats that fit me the way I wanted them to. and I've gotten kind of the perfect recipe down. And for some reason I decided not to follow my own instructions and make this, and now I'm just gonna have to knit it all over again. But that's okay because this yarn is lovely. I'm sending a birthday package to one of my favorite people, and her birthday's at the end of the month. She's also pregnant, and so I'm kind of doing gifts for her and for her baby. I'm knitting her some things, and I'm knitting some things for her unborn son. And I knit him a bonnet. And it was a fail. I don't even want to show it to you. Maybe I will go get it. So my friend, her name is Emily. She also knits. And my cat is walking in front of the camera. We have a lot of similar interests. She's very into older antiques. She loves quilts. And so I saw this bonnet pattern and I was like, this is the perfect pattern to knit for her baby. And the smallest size it comes in is 6 to 12 months, which I thought was actually pretty perfect because his due date is in July, I believe. And so by the time winter comes around, this would fit him. And this pattern was not what I wanted it to be. Let me tell you what it was. Let's see. This is the Sawtooth Quilt Bonnet by Fox and Folk. I felt like the actual pattern itself was lacking a lot. I don't want to be like in any way rude or insult the designer, but having knit a lot of patterns, having knit a ton of children's patterns, I thought this was lacking quite a bit. Hi, Georgie. Just a personal opinion. I felt like there were some things that could have been explained better. And if you decide to knit this pattern, I'm just gonna say enter at your own risk. But it has a little garter stitch star on the back, and you can tell that it just isn't perfect. I looked at some of the other pattern pages, and a lot of people's stars look pretty similar to mine, where it's just not perfect, but I'm just a little disappointed in how it looks. But that's it. Just a little bonnet that I finished the other day. Okay, I have to move my cat. I'm sorry. This is George. He's the fattest cat in the entire world. Let me show you what I'm working on. I mentioned how I have been getting a little bit into crocheting, and the other day my husband asked if we could go and buy a little cat mat for the cats to sleep on next to him because they like to curl up next to his desk. And I was like, that's so rude because I could really crochet you one. So I'm just doing a scrappy, gigantic granny square again, and I'm just making it big enough to fit on a little spot on his desk so that the cats can curl up on it. I'm going to get rid of every single one of my scraps. I'm almost there. I don't have very much yarn left. And so this is one of it, and I just have a few balls in here that I'm going to be crocheting in at leisure. My right wrist does not like crocheting. Every single time I do like a double crochet, it just goes pop, 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 pop. And my son was sitting next to me the other day while I was crocheting, and he was like, Mom, what is that sound? And I was like, that's my wrist. It's not supposed to do that, but here we are. This is Willamine Violet. That's her name, and she's named after my great-grandma, who I haven't got to see in almost a year. She doesn't really leave her house, and I'm not very comfortable going to her house. It's quite a long story. But there's a chance she's coming to my birthday party on Sunday, and I would be very, very excited if I got to see her and if she got to meet Willie. And I've knit her a beanie before. I knit her a black beanie a year and a half ago. She apparently loves it. My grandparents tell me that she is very excited when she gets to wear it. So I thought I would knit her a pair of socks to give to her at my birthday party. But let me show you the yarn first. This is it. Oh man, the tag fell out. I don't know where it is, but the color of this yarn is yellow roses, which is very special. George, you've got to go. You keep knocking over my camera. My great-grandpa was my favorite person growing up. My other daughter is named after him. Her middle name is Monroe, after my great-grandpa. And he used to always grow these beautiful rose bushes, and every week I went over to his house. He would pick me a rose and I would save it. I have them all pressed in a book from when I was growing up. And so my mom got me this yarn because she knows how much I love roses and how much I loved my great-grandpa. And he passed away when I was a teenager. So I was thinking how sweet it would be to knit my great-grandma socks inspired by yellow roses that I got because of my great-grandpa. And I started them yesterday morning. I'm doing a DK weight sock, and I finished the first one. And I am about to start the heel of the second one. These knit up so fast. I think that honestly, like if I just had a lot of time to knit, I could probably finish both socks in a day. They take no time at all. I went up a needle size. I usually do my DK weight socks on a US 2. I'm doing them on a 3, which is a 3.25, just because I wanted to give my wrists a break from like quite a dense fabric, and I'm really loving how this is turning out. It's super squishy. This yarn is really, really nice. I love it a lot, and I'll finish those today at some point. As I've mentioned several times, my birthday is coming up. I actually really hate my birthday. I have my entire life. And I decided this year I wanted it to change because I don't want my kids to feel any negative connotations about their birthdays. I want them to enjoy them and feel like it's a very special time. So I decided I was going to throw myself a birthday party this year and invite all of my favorite people, and we would just eat, hang out, play games, do puzzles, things like that. And then my sister took over, and now she's planning me a surprise party, and it's kind of freaking me out. My husband loves my birthday, and he loves to go a bit crazy, and my kids now feel the same way. And so even though my birthday isn't for a few days, they've already given me some of my birthday presents because they were harassing me about it. I have some birthday gifts to show you, and I will probably have some more in the next video. This is what my husband got me. So cute. I love it so much. So he got me this notepad from the Clever Clove. I've shown some of her stickers before. My husband got them for me for Valentine's Day. But this is a notepad, and it said, "Things to do before I can knit." And on the bottom of it, it says, "Disclaimer, it is highly likely that knitting will occur before these tasks are completed." This is adorable and so thoughtful. And then he got me this little sticker of a hedgehog knitting. My oldest one got me some fiber from Wolfine Fiber. This is 4 ounces of gray Cheviot in the colorway Tidal. I have some plans for this, which I'll probably talk about in the next video. But it is like blue and green, and it has some browns in it. My oldest one knows that my favorite color is green, which is why he picked this. Now my daughter is so sweet, and she loves giving gifts, and she loves birthdays, and she's gonna be 4 in a few weeks. My birthday is on the 13th of March. My 1-year-old will be turning 2 on the 16th of March, and then my 3-year-old will be turning 4 on April 2nd. So all of our birthdays are boom, 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 and then the week after her birthday, it's Easter. There's a lot of celebrating to be doing. But anyways, she constantly comes up and is like, "For your birthday, I'm gonna get you some yarn. For your birthday, I'm gonna get you some stitch markers." And she always has all these fun ideas for birthdays or for Christmas. She really loves giving gifts. And my favorite yarn dyer, one of my favorite yarn dyers, is Dragon Horde Yarns. And my husband will usually just like ask my kids, "Hey, what do you want to get mommy?" My daughter said yarn, so he just took her to Dragon Horde Yarns website, and she looked through and picked the ones she liked. So she got me the Toadstool Minis set from Dragon Horde Yarns, and this is sparkly yarn. Sorry for all the crinkling, but these are stunning. I've never worked with sparkly yarn before. These are pretty. Ooh. I'm excited. So these are, let's see, 80% merino, 15% nylon, 5% gold stellina. They came with stitch markers. Oh, are you waking up, Will? These are the cutest stitch markers ever. Oh my gosh, I have been obsessed with mushrooms since my daughter was first born, so almost 4 years now. This is pretty incredible. I don't know what to do with it. Like, I just feel like this is too great to knit socks out of. And so I'm not sure, maybe I could knit matching socks for me and my daughter. She would really love that. Or maybe like a stripy beanie for us. That'd be so special. Now, my almost 2-year-old is not quite there where he can say exactly what he wants to get me for a gift, or anybody for a gift. But his favorite color is purple, so my husband took him to another one of my favorite yarn dyers shops, Nomadic Yarns, on Etsy, and he just had him look through. and he picked this one. Wilder picked this one. It is called Kiss the Girl on Yak Sock by Nomadic Yarns, and it is a self-striping yarn with purple in it because that's his favorite color. His favorite colors are purple and pink, and it's pretty great. My husband saw this and immediately was like, I want my socks for March to be out of this yarn, but I don't think that I'm ready to use this. I just want to hoard this for a while to look at, and I have some really fun ideas for garments with self-striping yarn that I want to experiment with. And I think I'm getting more self-striping sock yarn from my husband for my birthday, so we'll see. Okay, that's all the show and tell I have for you right now. Quite a lot of acquisitions. Again, I'll have more. So I'm sorry if you don't like acquisitions, but during birthdays time, all I get is yarn and fiber and knitting stuff because that's what my family knows I love. I have one more thing to show you, but this is handmade and very special. My aunt sews and quilts and crochets and knits, and she had made my mom this project bag for her birthday, and I saw it and I was like, I want one so bad. And so she made it for me, and it is pretty incredible. This is what my great-grandma's socks are living in right now, and it has like pockets on the side. Ooh, this is like literally the perfect sock project bag. You're getting mad. I love this so much. My mom is also making me a bag for my birthday. I like handmade gifts, obviously, and I am pretty stoked. You're gonna be seeing this a lot because this is probably all I'll put my socks in from here on out. It's 10:30. We're gonna pick the kids up from school in about an hour and a half. My husband is outside building a trampoline. We got one for my 2-year-old's birthday. He loves to bounce. He's a very active guy, and he jumps on my bed all day, and so I thought, let's just get him a trampoline. We had one in the past, and it blew away in a storm. We have really bad dust storms here in Arizona, and they frequently take trampolines, and so it took our trampoline, threw it onto our house, over our roof, and into the neighbor's yard. And so we got the kids a new one for Wilder's birthday. My husband's building it right now, a week early, because next week they're on spring break, and obviously for his birthday he wouldn't be going to school anyway, and I wanted it to be a surprise, and it's also just easiest to do big projects like that when the kids aren't running around, so they will be surprised with it when they get home from school today. And I'm really excited. I had big plans for today, that I was going to sit on the couch and do nothing. Willie did not sleep last night at all. I was super grumpy, not happy, and I was just laying on the couch like, I'm going to sit here and do absolutely nothing but knit and be grouchy for the morning. And then my husband walks in from taking the kids to school, and he's dancing in the kitchen, holding the baby, singing her songs. Oh, and I was like, you suck, because now I'm in a good mood because you're so cute. And I got up and I did dishes, and we're building a trampoline, and there's lots of things happening. So my plans of being lazy today did not happen. That's okay. That's probably a good thing. I think that's all for now. Maybe there'll be more to this video. Maybe this is the last time I see you until next time. But either way, I bid you adieu. Because you said the words Grogu and lightsaber.
That could mean anything.